All right, so today we're diving into something pretty wild, a high stakes collision between dimensions. This isn't just about one simple mission. Oh no, this is a full blown race between two incredibly deadly teams, and the entire world of Spy X Family is their battlefield. So let's just kick things off with the big what if that gets this whole thing started. I want you to imagine a team of five, let's say, ruthless operatives. They get ripped from our world and dropped right into the middle of Astania. But their mission isn't just to survive, it's to prove they're even better than the legendary agent Twilight. And then, bam, a cold, disembodied voice just appears in their heads, and it lays out this absolutely impossible task. They have to achieve Twilight's main goal, preventing a war, before he does. I mean, talk about high stakes. If they succeed, they get to go home. If they fail, they're stuck in this world forever. And just like that, it's a rude awakening for everyone involved. We've got two unbelievably skilled teams set on a collision course. The crazy part? One of them doesn't even know they're in a race. And when you look at these two teams, man, they could not be more different. On one side, you have the Outsiders, a well-oiled machine of killers who are driven by pure, raw desperation. And on the other, the Forgers, an elite spy, a world-class assassin, and a little telepathy, all operating under deep, deep cover and totally unaware that they have new rivals in town. So their first meeting, yeah, it's not exactly a welcome to the neighborhood party. The Outsiders decide to pose as a new family moving in upstairs. But the sheer dangerous vibe coming off their muscle, a guy named Hung, instantly sets off Yor's assassin alarm bells. Her first instinct is to take him out to protect her family, so the tension is just, wow, it's thick from the get-go. To cool things down, the Outsiders' leader, Krav, pulls off this amazing piece of manipulation. He spins this tragic, completely made-up story about finding Hung as a baby in a garbage bag. A trash baby, he calls him. It's a twisted but brilliant move that works on Yor, for a moment. But Lloyd, his spy senses are screaming that something is very, very wrong with this story. And that suspicion Lloyd has? Oh, it doesn't just go away. It basically ignites the next phase of this whole conflict, the clash of the spies. That quiet Cold War brewing in their apartment building is about to explode into an all-out battle for information. Both teams end up targeting the same state security service building, and the way they do it shows you everything you need to know about them. The Outsiders, Krav, and Kira just go in with overwhelming, brutal force. They're just better fighters, and they get the intel. Lloyd, on the other hand, finds himself totally outmatched physically, but he's brilliant. He uses the environment, smoke bombs, setting off the sprinklers, to slow them down and fight on his own terms. And this brings up a classic question in the world of espionage, right? The Outsiders, they technically win the fight. They get the files, but in doing so, they totally show their hand to Twilight. So who's really the better spy here? The team that wins with brute force, or the operative who survives and learns everything about a powerful new enemy? Okay. So the Outsiders realize that just punching their way through Ostania isn't going to cut it. They need to get smarter. So they shift tactics to a systematic, three-pronged infiltration designed to completely surround the Forger family from every possible angle. I mean, this is a classic encirclement, and it is brutally effective. Whom gets a job at City Hall right alongside Yor, putting a direct tail on the Thorn Princess. Mara goes after Yor's brother, the SSS agent, Yuri, to exploit his obsession with his sister. And maybe the most critical move of all, Kira enrolls at Eden Academy, the absolute heart of Lloyd's mission, to keep tabs on Anya. And Mara's mission is a massive, massive success. She gets herself interrogated on purpose and then just masterfully plays on Yuri's sister complex to get key info. It just proves how good these Outsiders are at finding and exploiting a person's biggest psychological weakness. Meanwhile, over at Eden Academy, Kira isn't just watching. She has this incredible defense mechanism, a kind of mental lock that makes her thoughts completely unreadable to Anya. This is huge because it completely shuts down the Forger family's biggest secret weapon, turning Kira into the perfect, undetectable spy. But, all this aggressive pressure, it's not without consequences. The Outsiders' constant push is starting to create the first real, visible cracks in the Forger family's picture-perfect facade. The real tipping point comes during one of Yor's assassination gigs. Hung has been tailing her, and he confronts the Thorn Princess directly. And what happens next is this incredibly brutal, professional-on-professional fight. Hung confirms his suspicions that Yor is an assassin, but in the process, he makes one very big mistake. He lands one punch, just one, but it's harder than he meant it to be, and it leaves a nasty bruise on Yor's ribs. Now, this isn't just a physical wound, it's a physical secret. It's actual tangible evidence that she now has to actively hide from Lloyd, and that creates a whole new, dangerous layer of tension in the house. And of course, Twilight, the master spy, is putting all the pieces together. Yor's mysterious injury, Hung suddenly showing up at her job, the insane fighting style of the intruders at the annex, it's all starting to point to one place: his new neighbors. He's building a mental file, and that suspicion is quickly turning into a full-on investigation. So yeah, the outsider's pressure is absolutely working. For the very first time, the secrets that hold the Forger family together are starting to feel like a liability, and that perfect little facade is starting to crack. So this all leads us to the final act, where the race really, really intensifies. The secret war is about to become a lot less secret, at least between the two main players. And you can't forget the clock that's hanging over every single move they make. The outsiders have 1 year to win this thing. Every fight, every choice, every piece of intel is being measured against that one final ticking deadline. So where does that leave us? Let's look at the scoreboard. The outsiders, they have a huge intel advantage. They know about Twilight, they know about Thorn Princess, they know about the mission. But to get that intel, they had to expose themselves. So now Twilight is playing catch-up, but he is 100% aware that a rival team is on the board, and he is actively hunting them down. Which leaves us with the million-dollar question, right? Now that the shadows are gone, and both sides know this is a race, who really has the upper hand? Is it the ruthless, desperate team fighting for their ticket home? Or is it the family literally built on secrets that's now being tested in a way it never has before? Who do you think is going to break first?